I think it's time to talk about topics, and oh boy, we've got we got a hell of a one to get into. So, YouTube, just before I get into the actual video itself, maybe it'd be a good idea to let you know that I'm going to be talking about COVID disinformation. Shit that is not true, and I'm going to be going over a debunk of it. But just throwing that out there, because YouTube has a habit of just knocking anything talking about COVID. So we'll just go ahead and get that out of the way now. But with that said, as always, we need to go ahead and showcase fan art before the episode begins. So I am totally not stalling long enough for me to get to the part of the fan art section that I'm in right now. Here we go. From Meanie Lee Bean, we have something that I'm going to continue to see in my nightmares for literally all of time. They posted on here, "I am so sorry for this. I shall be writing a Notes app apology for this one and take accountability for my actions." Well, you are now deleted from the internet, Meanie Lee Bean. There, accountability. It's been had. Alrighty. With that said, let's get into a post from a conservative, which of course always means good. This looks like it's from iFunny, actually. But the post reads from Twitter, "Breaking! The CDC have been cut, manipulating data to justify giving pregnant women the COVID jab. Their study stated that 12% of women suffered a miscarriage after having the jab, but the actual figure was 82%. From dailyexposed.co.uk / a bunch of fucking numbers." Okay, anyway, so maybe let's go ahead and break this down real quick. Are 82% of women suffering a miscarriage after getting the COVID vaccine? The answer may surprise you. So, let's go ahead and take a look here. We actually have a debunk to go over. So, from fullfact.org, looking at this, I hate websites with headers like this. Do not design your website with a header like this that doesn't go away. Jesus Christ. Anyway, an article on a website called Daily Exposed has claimed that between December 9th and June, the 2nd of June in 2021, there was a 3,016% increase in the number of women who had miscarried as a result of getting the COVID-19 vaccine. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Daily Exposed article real quick. MHRA data shows a 3,016 increase percent in... Why would I... No, I'm not turning my ad blocker off for you. Shut the fuck up. Of women who've lost their unborn child as a result of having the COVID vaccine. Losing a newborn is a heartbreaking endeavor, as is the pain of losing an unborn child, which is why we're both saddened and shocked to bring you the latest update on the number of unborn and newborn children to lose their lives as a result of the mothers receiving one of the COVID-19 vaccines in the United Kingdom. The government has released weekly reports on adverse reactions to the experimental COVID-19 vaccines. Now, here is where we have our first bit of contention. Looking at the article before we go into the actual debunk, when we read this part of the article, what sticks out to you? Because the part that sticks out to me is the part where they say that these are experimental vaccines, despite the fact that we did experiments already. In fact, we did experiments with 43,000 test subjects before ever making these vaccines go to the market. Usually, 100,000 test subjects would be used if memory serves, so we do have a smaller sample size than normal, but certainly enough to say the experiments already happened. That's the first thing that sticks out to me reading this. But the government has released weekly reports on the reaction of the vaccines, the first of which covered data inputted by the MHRA Yellow Card Scheme from the 9th of December 2020 through the 24th of January. The latest report, you can find it here, which is the 19th to be released, covered data inputted by the MHRA Yellow Card Scheme from the 9th of December through the 2nd of June 2021. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this link. God, we're just going through a whole set of links here. The attached vaccine analysis prints contain a completed listing of all suspected adverse reactions that have been reported to the MHRA via the Yellow Card Scheme for the Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine, the AstraZeneca vaccine, and the Moderna vaccine, where the brand of the vaccine was not specified. This includes all reports received from healthcare professionals, members of the public, and pharmaceutical companies. The information does not represent an overview of the potential side effects associated with the vaccines. A list of recognized adverse effects from COVID-19 vaccines is provided in info for healthcare professionals and recipient information. They can also be found on the COVID reporting site. So, let's see here. They have a whole set of potential side effects here. Anaphylactic reactions, which is one thing they had to check on for me because of my particular allergies. Potentials for Bell's palsy, potentials for CLS, and a few others. Like, there's a lot here, as there are with practically most medications. Notably, what I do not see here, I do not see... Yeah, I don't see anything about miscarriages. And of course, if you want to go to the website and look at their full analysis for each and every one, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Moderna, and then when the brand was not specified, then all that information is available for you here. But just 18 weeks separate from the 1st and 19th report, and the shocking increases in the number of women losing their unborn and newborn children in that time due to having either the Pfizer or AstraZeneca vaccine is appalling. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. There's a problem we have here, because this seems to be asserting that it was definitely the vaccine that caused these problems, despite the fact that without the data to support that, we would have to assume that this is a post hoc ergo propter hoc fallacy. You had a miscarriage after getting the vaccine, therefore the vaccine must have caused the miscarriage, despite the fact that that is a terrible application of logic. If I trip and fall after eating a burrito, the burrito did not cause my trip and fall. If I smack my head into a wall after putting Tabasco sauce on my plate, that does not mean that the Tabasco sauce had anything to do with me, bashing my head into a wall. It was probably the BGR video I was listening to at the time. So, we can go into their whole spiel here if we want, but I think what would be more interesting is taking a look back at the debunk that goes over them. And again, you can find this right here at Daily Exposed if you're really wanting to. But the longer that I look at their website, the longer the landmine is active on my channel for YouTube knocking out my monetization for spreading COVID misinformation, apparently. But said, now, the claim is based on data from the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, the Yellow Card Scheme. We already looked at all that. It collects reports on adverse effects following vaccinations, but it does not prove that a vaccination was the cause of any of them. And yeah, we did see a pretty long list here of different adverse effects that have been reported afterwards, but I guess that does not necessarily mean, as the post-proc ergo proctor hoc fallacy would assume, that these are not necessarily the end results of those things. Daily Exposed says that the first summary of Yellow Card data said that there were 6 reported miscarriages, recorded as spontaneous abortions, which climbed to over 170 for the Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccines as of the 9th of June. It has since increased above 200 as of the 16th of June. Daily Exposed claims this as evidence that COVID-19 vaccines have caused miscarriages. But it isn't surprising that the number of miscarriages reported after vaccinations have increased, given the women vaccinated at the beginning of the rollout were less likely to have been of childbearing age. Women aged 45 were the first invited to be vaccinated in mid-April, and over 30s they were invited in late May. In any case, these reports do not prove that vaccination caused the miscarriages. Sadly, it's an estimated of 1 in 5 pregnancies that end in miscarriage in general, with an estimated 250,000 miscarriages in the UK every year. So the number of miscarriages reported after vaccination doesn't appear to exceed the expected level. So, if 250,000 is usually what we get every year, how much have we gotten in 2021 so far? Do we have this info? Accept the cookies. God damn it. So that is... This is from 2018. I want to see, real quick, miscarriages in 2021, UK. Miscarriageassociation.org. Let's see here. USA Today shows that there's no... Oh my god, your advertisement's stupid, go away! Yeah, the claim miscarriages have increased by 366% because of the vaccine. While vaccines are generally considered safe for pregnant women and new mothers, the group's exclusion from COVID vaccine trials has left healthcare professionals with no clear data to guide their patients. That's interesting. But a new study revealed by the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology in late March found that the vaccines based on RNA or mRNA conferred good protection against the virus to both pregnant and lactating women and likely their newborns. These encouraging results come on the heels of the social media buzz claiming that instead of protection, the COVID-19 vaccines are causing pregnant women to miscarry. And let's see here. Newborns are not having reactions to the COVID vaccine, apparently. Miscarriages claims based on UK data. This seems to be referencing what we were talking about before. And then, of course, we have from Memory Martin real quick. From Reuters, a fact check. There's no evidence to suggest COVID-19 vaccines increase the risk of miscarriage. A widely shared blog post claims to have calculated the increase of miscarriages in the United Kingdom as a result of expected mothers getting the COVID-19 vaccine. The UK's medicines regulator told Reuters there's no evidence to support the claim and said that figures used in the blog are taken out of context. The headline of the post reads, "Number of women who lose their unborn child after COVID vaccine increased by 366% in just 6 weeks." It goes on to say the writers are saddened and shocked to report that unborn and newborn child lose their lives as a result of the mothers receiving the COVID-19 vaccines. This is probably going to link us exactly back. Yep! And that links us exactly back to the Daily Expose article, so we know we are all on the exact same topic. The article cites data from the MHRA. Said it notes that the miscarriages occurred after the COVID-19 vaccine. This is 22 miscarriages being added to the total, or a rise of 366%. So, I have a question for you. Which sounds scarier? There are 22 miscarriages in the entirety of a country, or there's a rise in miscarriages of 366%. Boy, one of those numbers sounds way more scary to me. Just 6 weeks separate the first and seventh report, and the shocking increase in the number of women losing their unborn child in that time due to having either Pfizer or AstraZeneca vaccine is appalling, the blog adds. The post has since been shared repeatedly across social media, and we already know that that's happening because I stumbled across it on fucking iFunny. However, these figures have been taken out of context, having failed to mention the overall increase in number of vaccines being administered. This, according to experts speaking to Reuters, must then be compared to the expected frequency of miscarriages occurring in the UK. When pitting the figures into context, the MHRA told Reuters there is no pattern to suggest an elevated risk of miscarriage related to exposure to the COVID-19 vaccines in pregnancy. The number of people who've received the first dose of vaccinations increased from 1 million to 4 million for the same time frame. At least half of those would be expected to be women. So the number of women of childbearing age taking the vaccine is estimated to have increased from 665,000 to over 2 million in the same time frame. So if, let's do a quick calculation here. Just, you know, just to see if we have an increase. We have an increase in 22. We had, what, 7 earlier? Right. So 22 plus 7. Hard maths. Hard maths. That leaves us with a number of 29. Okay, cool. Now, how many times does 22 go in to 2,146,866? I think I did my math very wrong. I think I did my math very wrong. I have completely forgotten how to get fucking percentages out of this. Jesus Christ. But even with me being an absolute dumbass with a calculator... Yeah, no, math is hard. Even with me being an absolute dumbass with a calculator, manually we could do... How many times does 29 go into over 2 million? Why did I forget how to do something I learned in fucking 6th grade? Why has that happened? Oh my god. It's because I received the vaccine. I received the vaccine, guys. That means I've become an idiot. So really, nothing has changed. Huh. Well, that doesn't help me any. But point is, it's less than 1%. It is a fraction of a fraction of a Okay. Thank you, Memory Martin, for remembering how to do this. Why am I so fucking stupid? Anyway, times 0.29. So, apparently, 29 goes into 2,622,000 times. That also doesn't sound right. Never mind. We're done with math. The calculator debunked me. I'm an idiot. Lord Necro JZ, thank you very much for redeeming your points for an hara hara. You fucking monster. Trade-off of getting vaxxed, you get magnetic powers, but you also become dumb as a rock. No, that's 29% of 2 million. That's 29% of 2 million. Ah! Why did everything just disappear?
Never.
Why did everything just disappear? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Yay, no more math. 2 million divided by 29. Holy shit, why was that? No, 2 million divided by 29 is not going to do it either. That will find out what multiplied by 29 gets you to 2 million. Oh my god, finally made it to a stream. Happy to be here from YouTube. Awesome, Kid 2 Reaper. I got vaxxed. Why am I not Magneto yet? Probably yes, we need a percent Naki-Bree. And apparently I've completely forgotten how to do percentages. $29 divided by... What does it do roughly? Okay. So roughly, my dumbass with a calculator, this is 0.0000145. God. That is a much smaller number than 1. 1% is a small amount, but that is a much smaller number than 1. There's a lot wrong if this is the number you're scared of. Anyway, my bad math out of... Oh my god. So yeah, 0.00145%. That's your amount. That's your staggering amount of miscarriage increase. So, which one sounds scarier to you as a viewer? Just as a matter of propaganda. 0.00145% of women suffered miscarriages after receiving the COVID vaccine? Likely related to the vaccine, however you want to word it. Or there was an increase of 366%. Phil just edit that bit out. No one will know. Your face is scaring me. Your face is scaring me. I know the angry face glitches. I wish I could make the angry face not glitch. We'll figure that one out later. When I'm not stupid. Which apparently will not be anytime soon. I don't know how to not be stupid, but you know, here we are. Being absolutely dumb as nails. Oh boy, I've just been given something interesting. I will have to take a look at that here in just a second. Alrighty. So, continuing on with this, when putting the figures into context, there's no pattern to suggest, etc. We already got that. Sadly, miscarriage is estimated to occur in about 1 in 4 pregnancies, equal to 25 in 100 in the UK, outside of the pandemic, and most occur in the first 12 weeks in the first trimester of pregnancy. So some miscarriages would be expected to occur following the vaccination purely by chance. The MHRA added that it was closely monitoring a small number of miscarriage reports following the vaccine exposure in the first 12 weeks of pregnancy, but said that there was no pattern to suggest an increased risk. Guidance published by the Association of Reproductive and Clinical Scientists and the British Fertility Society in February said there was absolutely no evidence that COVID-19 vaccines affect the fertility of women or men, and rallied against blatant misinformation circulating online. Meanwhile, the blog said that a stillbirth had also occurred after the expectant mother received the AstraZeneca vaccine, adding that, shockingly, this has not been labeled a fatality. It told Reuters that some events can be reported incorrectly, and confirmed that no actual stillbirths have been reported to the agency to date. The MHRA then contextualized one report of a baby born prematurely after the mother was given the Pfizer vaccine, saying premature births occur in around 8 in 100 births in the UK. Therefore, some would be expected to occur following the vaccination purely by chance. Oh boy. So, what we have here, from here so far, is that this is literally just fucking with numbers to make people scared. The verdict here from Reuters is that there's missing context. There's no evidence to suggest the vaccines increase the risk of miscarriage. They decided in the blog post have missed crucial context related to the number of miscarriages expected to occur. The article was produced by the Vroid fact-check team. That's always there at the end of anything in Reuters. So, with all that said, what can we say for certain? Well, I think it's safe to say that if you are manipulating numbers to try to scare people into not getting a medication that will potentially save their lives or the lives of people around them, then maybe, just maybe, you should stop. And the thing is, with the numbers being as astronomically overblown as they were, I would assume that this was deliberate. And if it is deliberate and not somebody just acting in good faith and not knowing any better, not understanding, then I have to figure out why. Like, Daily Expose, people who write for it. In fact, actually, do you guys even have a thing set up here? Let's see. Daily Expose. I want to know who wrote your article. It just says it's from The Daily Expose. I don't want The Daily Expose. I want the person who wrote it, so that I can bitch to the person who wrote it for being an idiot and hurting people with his idiocy. Oh my god. Meanwhile, COVID is literally destroying vascular health of penises. Monkey Scientist, you have the ability to link your source. Anyways, so yeah. Yeah, the CDC has been warning that shit like that has been a problem for a year. Said, check the bottom, maybe? I wonder if they did. I wonder if they did, actually. Do they say who did it? And I'm not denying, Mungisimus, that COVID is potentially destroying vascular health of penises. I just want to make somebody look for the source of that. They don't say. They have the comment section here, though. They have the comment section. Let's see, what is it? Please stop to call these untested gene treatments or bioweapons. Wait, really? Dude in the comment section here is saying that we need to please stop calling these untested gene treatments vaccines. We need to call them bioweapons. Oh my god. If the COVID vaccine is a bioweapon, it is one of the least effective bioweapons we have ever created. Holy shit. Bioweapons? What is this? Yeah, this is apparently Resident Evil. Apparently so. Alright. Well, with that said, what do you guys think? Do you think COVID is the most powerful bioweapon of all time with the least effective fatality rate ever made? Or is it more likely that people just fearmonger and it's dumb? It's completely dumb. Probably that one, right? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are. I want to know, because this is a fun one. This is a completely fun one. Homie just became the most dense substance on Earth with one comment. Yeah, no, I wasn't aware that with this comment, somebody would honestly be able to get themselves in a position where the entirety of the world would start gravitating around them because they just have that much density. With that said, I enjoy talking about the COVID-19 Vax T-virus, I guess. If you want to support the channel, you know how to do it. Links in the description, as always. Insert into video tagline here.